Okay, so here we are on the runway, ready to go. I'm going to make one quick change to what the sample flight asks us to do, and that is I'm going to enter in the acceleration altitude over here on the PFD by selecting MDA and entering in our acceleration altitude. Our acceleration altitude is 1,000 feet AGL. So for now that would be 1670 because the elevation of the airfield is at 670 feet. So 1,000 feet AGL, 1670. That's just going to give me a reminder then with the bar coming down here that I've reached acceleration altitude and I'm on to the next part of my takeoff routine. With that done, let's do the rest of our checks. I want to make sure the steering tiller is centered, which it is, that the control lock is off, which it is. I've still got the brake on at the moment, that's fine, and we are good to go. So, brakes off and power levers forward to rating. And I'm looking for rotate speed, of course. 80 knots, looking good. Right rudder. And rotate at 3 degrees per second for the first 9 degrees. And then up to the flight director commanded pitch, about 10 degrees. So that's looking good. Positive rate, gear up. Looking for acceleration altitude now. Which is there, flaps up. And I'll select the autopilot on now. Select indicated airspeed and dial that up to 180. And engage nav mode for the autopilot. With that done, bleeds on. I want to set the condition levers to 900. That should be us fairly well squared away for the takeoff now. Back over our left shoulder eventually we'll find the airport that we have just left. Okay, looking good. Just the bumpiness of the clouds to go through now as we continue our climb up to 25,000 feet. At this stage during the climb, it's probably a good idea for me to do the rudder trim. And the way I do that is to, obviously I align this top triangle with the lower indicator here. But in determining whether I need to apply left or right rudder trim, what I look to do is where do I need to position the top triangle. And at the moment that top triangle needs to come a bit to the right to align with the base. So 2 or 3 clicks of right rudder should just about set us up. Maybe one more. It's getting worse here because we're going through a slight turn, of course, but that looks to be about right. We'll check that throughout the flight and adjust the rudder trim as necessary. Next point of interest for us is at 10,000 feet. Well, we'll switch the landing lights off, a few other bits and pieces. I can see as we're going through the climb here now, we now have ice detected. The sign comes up here on the engine display. We can deal with that fairly promptly. Up to the overhead, we'll turn the airframe mode select to slow and the props to on, and we'll increase our ref speeds. If we take a quick look at the outside of the aircraft, we may still see the ice. So it's cleared off the wings already. We've still got it on the props. They'll clear though. Same, we've got it up here on the very front of the tail. As you can see here, we've also got it on the first officer's window here on the side. We can also see that the flight deck crew are coping with a slightly bumpy ride magnificently well in a heroic way by adopting the crash position. Okay, let's take another quick look. There we go, the icing that's appearing here on the first officer's side window. Yeah, for whatever reason they don't think he's worthy of having a clear side window, whereas clearly the pilot is. You can see there's ice accreting here again, and after a while the pumps should do their thing and should clear it all off. Okay, back to the aircraft. We're past 10,000 feet now while we were working with the ice detection, so our landing lights can go off. The fasten belts sign can go off as well. Set our barometers to standard pressure 2991 or 1013. We can set the tank 1 and 2 auxiliary pumps to off, the hydraulic pressure to off, PTU control to off, and the auto feather to off as well. That's us in good shape now until we get up to the cruise. So welcome to the cruise section of this video. As you can see, we're just approaching our cruising altitude of 25,000 feet. And once we get there, we'll do a bit of preparation for the cruise section of the flight, as well as a bit of preparation for the approach part of the flight as well. As ever with aircraft, it's a case of trying to stay ahead of the aircraft all the time, so that if things do go a little bit bent out of shape, then we're able to cope. So I'm just going to adjust the range on my MFD here, and that should do. And we are about at our cruising altitude now. Alright, with that done, I am going to set the condition levers back to 850 now. And I'll adjust the power levers to maintain a speed of 234 knots as it starts to climb up towards that. On the FMS, I'll select the VNAV page now. And what I want to do here is to set the point that we want to descend to. So let's select the 2 option here, and the area I want to descend to is Habs here, which is number 6 on the list. So we'll enter that, and now it asks me to enter in some information. Now if you had not entered in the 9,000 feet constraint earlier in the flight plan, you could enter it here and you'd still be able to get the VNAV path to work correctly. As it is, because we've already done it, all we need to do is to press enter here, and again, and again. And what happens is that it automatically calculates the top of descent. From here we've calculated is 139 miles to our top of descent, which will take us about 28 minutes. If we look on the MFD, you'll see also this circle appears, and next to it the caption TOD.